Welcome back to the show. It is now time to go to the Indies. Going to start with last weekend's Ted Petty Invitational Tournament. Now, these are the notes from the IWA Mid-South message board. It started off, Ian Ronan comes out dressed to the nines opening the tournament. Three of the wrestlers were introduced. Dingo was the next one. He was the fourth one. And then Jason Strife attacked him from behind, and he threw Dingo into the posts. Dingo was beaten to a bloody pulp before Ace Steel, Dave Taylor, and Claudio Castagnoli could run Jason off. Dingo demanded to be removed from the tournament. He demanded a match against Jason Strife tonight to end their feud once and for all. Ian begged Dingo not to do this because Quack had to not be at the tournament due to family emergencies. Dingo threatened to quit if he didn't get him. So later in the night, Dingo and Jason Strife, World Heavyweight title match. The loser was gone for a year. So here are your tournament results from round one. Egotistico Fantastico defeated Prince Mustafa Ali. Dave Taylor defeated Tracy Smothers. Too Cold Scorpio defeated Bobby Fish. Sarah Del Rey defeated Trick Davis. Drake Younger defeated Too Tough Tony. Cassandro defeated Chuck Taylor. And Sami Callihan defeated Chris Hero. Now, after Mike Quackenbush not being able to make it and Dingo wanted to be removed, Ian Ronan had to fill two substitutes in. And who better than the Necro Butcher and Eddie Kingston? And Eddie Kingston defeated the Necro Butcher in a wild match. Josh Raymond defeated Tyler Black. Ace Steel defeated Ares. Michael Elgin defeated Ricochet, and Claudio Castagnoli defeated Jimmy Jacobs. Now, during the first round, Ian came to the ring. He announced that the 12th anniversary show this weekend is the last show at the Harmon Rec Center. They have found a new building to run weekly shows in by the Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet, and will have their wrestling school in there. Shows will be run weekly, 3 weeks of small-scale shows, and in a fourth week to be a big show. More info on there to go to IWAMidsouthWrestling.com. And in the main event of the first night, Dingo defeated Jason Strife to stay the IWA Heavyweight Champion. So Jason Strife is gone from IWA for a year. Now to night two. Hold on one second. Okay. Started off with the Age of the Fall, Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black defeating the Soul Touches. Your second round matches saw Egotistico Fantastico defeat Josh Raymond. Drake Younger defeated Michael Elgin. Claudio Castagnoli defeating Dave Taylor. Sarah Del Rey defeating Cassandro. Too Cold Scorpio defeating Sexy Ace Steel. And Sami Callihan defeating Eddie Kingston. Then the steel cage was set up for an I Quit steel cage match for the light heavyweight title. And Jason Hades defeated Jason Quick. So Jason Quick loses the right to use the name Jason. The TPI semifinal matches saw Drake Younger defeat Egotistico Fantastico, Claudio Castagnoli defeating Sarah Del Rey, and Sami Callihan defeating Too Cold Scorpio. Six-man tag match saw Dingo, Ricochet, and Bobby Fish defeat Too Tough Tony, Prince Mustafa Ali, and Ares. Ian announced at the 12th anniversary show for this weekend that the Tomaselli brothers, Vito and Sal, were going to fight each other in a Chicago street fight. Trick Davis defeated Chris Hero in a pinfalls count anywhere match, and Drake Younger defeated Claudio Castagnoli and Sami Callihan to win the 2008 Ted Petty Invitational. Sami was eliminated first, and then Claudio was the last man out. And an interesting note to point out to everyone, that Drake Younger is the first winner of the TPI Sweet Science 16 tournament that has not wrestled in Ring of Honor yet. Think about that. Every winner, from the very first one to Chris Hero, all the way to last year's with Mike Quackenbush, each one has at some point or another wrestled for Ring of Honor. Drake Younger's the first one who has not wrestled in Ring of Honor that has won the TPI. ECWA ran a show on the 27th of September. Here are the results. Sean Royal defeated Mr. Scott Wright. Mega and Cha-Cha Chance defeated Robert Shields and Gus Grand. Corey Blaze defeated Tim Richards. Aiden Chambers defeated Prince Nana. Tommy Trouble defeated Kerman the German. Glenn Osborne defeated Ace Darling, which means Ace Darling must retire from wrestling. Cha-Cha Chance and Mega went to a double countout with the Nigerian Nightmares. Dan Echoes defeated Billy Bax, Jason Lee, Chase Del Monte, and JJ Cruz to become the new ECWA Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion. Leather and Lace defeated the Logan Brothers to become the new ECWA Tag Champs, and Frederick of Hollywood successfully defended the ECWA Heavyweight title, beating Travis Blake. Now here are the shows of this weekend and beyond, starting with tomorrow, AAW, Berwyn, Illinois, a reign of violence. Tyler Black defends the AAW Heavyweight title against Joey Matthews. Six-man tag action sees Eric Cannon, Ryan Cruz, and Mason Beck against Brett Kakia, CJ Esparza, and Nick Brubaker. Jimmy Jacobs will face Josh Raymond. The Phoenix Twins face the Osirian Portal of Amasis and Ophidian, and Chandler McClure faces Crotch, plus Matt Cross, Silas Young, Danny Daniels, Merrick Brave, Ryan Boz, Shane Hollister, Lindsay Dorado, and Egotistico Fantastico. IWA's 12th anniversary bash is tomorrow night. The bell time is 7:35. Tickets are $20 and $15 off. And if you bring your ticket stub from last week's Ted Petty Invitational, you get a $5 refund. So far, this is the card. Barbed Wire, Boards, Ropes, Bat, and Nets. Corporal's Army against Colt Fiction. The Necro Butcher against Sammy Callahan. Dingo goes for the IWA Mid-South Heavyweight title against Drake Younger goes for the Heavyweight title against Dingo. The Tomaselli brothers, Vito and Sal, in the Chicago Street Fight. The Soul Touchers against Jason Hades and Troy Walters. And Michael Elgin against Dysfunction. CZW back in action on October the 11th with Decision 08. High stakes fans bring the weapons match for the CZW Heavyweight, Ultraviolent, Underground, and Iron Man titles. Drake Younger, Brain Damage, Danny Havoc, and the Necro Butcher. The CZW Tag Team titles are on the line. Team Andrew, Andy Sumner, and Drew Gulak defend the gold against Two Girls, One Cup, Beef Wellington, and Greg Excellent. Chuck Taylor defends the CZW Junior Heavyweight title against Pinky Sanchez, and Sammy Callahan faces Lufisto. Full Impact Pro, Impact of Honor 2, Kenny King and Jason Blade defend the FIP tag titles against the Briscoe brothers. IWC back in action with Revengeance 5. Here is their card. Stevie Richards to face Larry Sweeney, Raymond Rowe to face John McChesney, Dennis Gregory to face Jimmy Vegas in a heavyweight title tournament qualifying match. Sexual Harassment defends the IWC Tag Team titles against the Best Around, and Babyface Fire Shima Zion on Jason Gorey will face the Irish Airborne of Jake and Dave Christ. 5 new teams have been added to IWA's 2008 Double Death Tag Team Tournament. They are the Hollywood Brunettes, the Technicians, Ian and Insane Lane Bloody, Madman Pondo and Jugulator, and Nick Gage and Danny Havoc. Chikara, the Global Gauntlet. Here is their card for Night 1 in Easton. The La Laterio Lito Tournament Finals. Lindsay Dorado and Jimmy Olsen against Vin Gerard and Colin Delaney. Atsushi Ohashi and Shinya Ashikawa will face the Osirian Portal. Then your Global Gauntlet matches. Ryuji Ito will face Mike Quackenbush. Yuji Okabayashi will face Ultimo Breakfast. Jackie Numazawa will face Ultramantis Black. Katsumasa Inoue will face Hollow Wicket. And Daisuke Sakimoto will face Brody Lee. 2 matches have been added tonight. 2 in Philadelphia. Lindsay Dorado faces Icarus. And the Sea Donsters, Tim Donst and Hydra, will face the Unstable of Stigma and Colin Delaney. Now, the IWC Heavyweight Title Tournament brackets are this. That is for the weekend of the 24th to 25th of October. The top half of the bracket sees the winner of Dennis Gregory and Jimmy Vegas face Logan Shulo. Troy Lords against Michael Facade. Drake Younger against Sebastian Dark. Johnny Gorgiano faces Jimmy DeMarco. On the bottom half of the bracket, Raymond Rowe will face Shane Taylor. Super Hentai against Sammy Callahan. John McChesney against Vendetta. And Justin Idol against Shima Zion. ECWA, the Super 8 tournament is October the 25th. Here are the 8 men competing in this year's tournament. Shannon Moore, Scott Reed, Alex Kozlov, Chase Del Monte, Aiden Chambers, Maverick, Loca Vita, and Frankie Arian. Now, let me tell you something. If you have not been to a Super 8, that is a must. It is one of the great independent wrestling tournaments. It is the tournament that can make a star in one night. And finally, California Championship Wrestling, October the 25th. In Newman, California, 7:30 p.m. is the bell time. All tickets are $5. Main event, 6-man street fight. Sins of Saviors and Vinny Massaro will face Big Ugly Tim Thatcher and Hammerhead Drake. Plus, the tag titles are on the line. The Bad Apples defend the gold against the Associates. Plus Super Caparuccio, Mother Truckin' Otis, Latin Dragon, Junior Morales, Jekyll's the Jester, and the Channel Surfers. And that is it for the Indies for this week. Japan and a little bit of the NWA next.